souls, hello and welcome back to Subconscious Food. Today I wanted to talk to you about the 24 fast that I did, otherwise known as the warrior diet. I did only do it for one day, but I wanted to share my experiences. It's the day after doing the fast, and I just wanted to go through how I felt, what I dealt with, how I used my mind to focus my energy and to try and be as productive as possible. Because when you take out the feeding routine, the cooking routine, you are left with extra time. So it was a really enlightening experience, and I'm really excited to share that with you. If you're new around here, I'd be grateful if you could subscribe if it resonates, to support me in helping more and more living beings to live happy and fulfilled lives. I was really interested in doing a fast. Personally, it feels like, upon reflection, that it was divine inspiration that inspired me to do this for my body. I really felt as though my body wanted me to take a break from eating so it could really process everything. This kind of receiving mode to receive all that I wish to receive in abundance in my life. So I started researching it, and I also saw that Tom Bilyeu was talking about this app. So there were so many synchronicities that were happening to do with the fast. So I downloaded this app. It's not sponsored, but it's this app called Zero, and that has different types of fasts in it, and it has a timer, which is actually really handy. And I'll just put a little screenshot of the timer up here. But I was looking through the list and I saw the different options. You know, you have the classic, the intermittent, 16-8, where you have an 8-hour feeding window and 16-hour fast. I know a lot of people that do enjoy that because they don't really like to eat breakfast anyway. I mean, you can always choose the window you wish to operate in. So you've got that one on there. You've got an 18-6, so you have a slightly smaller feeding window, so 6 hours to feed, an 18-hour fast. And the one I did was 24, so it was 4 hours of feeding and a 20-hour fast. That one really resonated the most with me. I was immediately drawn to it when I saw it, and that's the one I knew I wanted to do. I was kind of speaking about it, you know, for the last couple of weeks. It was something that just came to me. So do comment down below if this is something you're also experiencing right now. I'd love to connect with you and talk about your experience. So there was a lot going on over the last few days. I was really social and I was going out and seeing friends and family a lot. So after all of that consumption, I definitely wanted to take a break and give my body that chance to rest and really process everything and detox and cleanse. So I decided a day ago to go ahead and do it. So what I decided would be best for me, because I go to the gym every morning, which I absolutely love, really kickstarts my day. Comment down below, what's your self-care routine in the morning? So I decided that the best feeding window for me would be to have my usual protein shake after the gym, so I can supply my body with everything it needs straight after an intense workout. And then I'd have lunch at around 11:30, 12, and then I'd let my body digest a little bit, and then I'd stop eating after that point. So I started my fast at 12:19 and it ended today at 8:19. So in the first hour, I felt absolutely fine. No issues, was still really full from my lunch. Didn't feel anything at all. Second hour, still nothing. Actually felt really full. I think my mind was really understood what we were doing, and I was letting my mind know. I was having a look at the timer, which was really handy actually, because it does count down and it definitely does motivate you to keep on it. By the third hour, that's when it got a little interesting, because I started to crave. I don't even know what I was craving, but I was craving something. I didn't know whether it was a sweet craving or a savory craving, but I knew because I'm having a fast with water and herbal teas, I'm gonna make myself a herbal tea. I'd been drinking water for the last 3 hours. Hour 4, similar kind of cravings, not very strong cravings, but starting to think about it and starting to observe my thoughts and realize how much we actually crave foods, as opposed to what we think we experience as a hunger pang. There was no hunger pang, it was just simply a craving. So that was really interesting. Hour 5, so it was kind of getting closer towards 5 p.m. and definitely felt a little like more now, as it was going from a craving to wanting a snack, if that makes sense. So if I was observing my thoughts, I was noticing that it was just a thought, and now it had become, and now I'd started imagining the type of snack I would have. I still wasn't sure what would feel good. If I was to think of what snack I really wanted, I still wasn't sure. There wasn't something in particular that I was craving. When it got to hour 6, I think that's when I was checking the app a little bit more frequently, and a part of me was kind of wanting the time to go quite quickly. And I definitely had to check in with myself at this point, because I had to realize that you don't want to waste your time away. I thought, actually, let me try and be really productive as possible. Usually by this point, I'd be thinking about what to have for dinner. So I'm going to distract myself and I'm going to think of something else, and I'm going to do some other pieces of work that maybe I hadn't got around to yet. I was going to do a meditation and start reading, because sometimes I absolutely adore reading, but it's not something I always manage to do daily. So following this fast, it's something I'm really going to focus on, to include daily reading in my everyday. It was maybe like 7-8 o'clock and I started thinking about gherkins. I don't know why. For the Americans out there, pickles. But I just couldn't stop thinking about gherkins. I was like, oh, imagine how salty and delicious and crunchy and juicy it would be, and it's a healthy snack. I was almost sort of justifying the thought, simply just the thought in my head. It's actually making me want gherkins now. And yeah, so that was kind of on my mind, but I was able to push that thought away and focus on some more reading, which I thoroughly enjoyed, some more drinking tea and reading, which is ultimate bliss. And it sort of came up closer to my bedtime, so I usually do my nightly routine. Comment down below if you would like a video on my nightly routine. And I started my visualization and my gratitude, and sort of winding down, putting on my music that I love to listen to, and just really enjoying that nightly routine. I was a little restless in bed. I was kind of moving around and fidgeting, but I had the most amazing sleep, and I woke up before my alarm clock. I woke up refreshed. My body felt good. I felt completely normal. And the one thing I did really realize is that I was not hungry at any given point. I just was not hungry. I had no empty hole in my stomach like I may have thought I might have had. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel any discomfort. I did pee a lot. I will say that. I definitely did use the bathroom quite a bit, which is fantastic. But I was also drinking a lot of fluids, drinking a lot of water. And I think drinking and keeping hydrated definitely made me feel and realize that sometimes when I'm just reaching or wanting to reach for a snack, maybe I'll have a glass of water instead. Maybe I'll make myself a herbal tea and try and keep postponing snacking. I think that's really what I'm going to take away from this experience. It was a wonderful first time experience. I would really like, if it's meant to be, to incorporate this on a weekly basis. So I do this fast on a weekly basis, and eventually I would like to work my way up to doing a monk fast, which is a 3-day fast. And then maybe even actually going ahead and finding an intermittent fast on a daily basis that really works for me. So, I mean, when it comes to kind of social stuff, for example, if you're doing a 16/8 and your last time to eat is 4:30, you're going to be a little bit of a difficult person to go out with at night because you won't be able to eat or drink anything besides water and herbal teas. So I'll take it by ear, but it really was amazing. My body feels fantastic. I have so much energy. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I highly recommend it. Do your research. Speak to a medical professional for medical advice on this topic. But I really, really enjoyed it. The huge takeaway and the big learning lesson for me is feeling my lunch digest over such a long period. I could feel, you know, those different herbs and spices digesting through me. I really felt it, and I think what I want to focus on for the next time I do this is making sure that in that 4-hour feeding period that I am really eating very highly nutritious whole foods that are supplying me with all the nutrients that I need for the rest of the day. So that is what I'm going to focus on next time. I'm going to be really planned. I'm going to plan out the meals to make sure I'm getting and supplying my body with delicious healing foods that make me feel even better. Go ahead and click that like button if you enjoyed talking about fasts, how it relates to the mind, and how we have such powerful minds that can overcome everything. We are in this gorgeous, amazing, miraculous human suit. As I go on, I learn more and more about how it's about embodying our higher self within our human suit, and really, you know, getting to know our body, mind, and getting to know our body, our mind, our spirit, just all in one. And doing these sorts of things really help me to understand myself better and to understand my relationship with food. Because for as long as I can remember, my relationship with food has been centered around pleasure and comfort. So it's really interesting for me to try and create a balance between that. So enjoy the food you eat, but make sure I'm treating my body with the respect it deserves, because it does so much for us, and I'm so grateful for my wonderful healthy body. It's been an honor and a pleasure sharing this information with you, and until next time, beautiful souls, I love you. Namaste. Bye.